when we speak to Mr. Anand Sharma, that means we are speaking to a person who is one of the builders in Congress Party, who started from the youth leadership and till date, over 5 decades in the party. You talked about feeling insulted. Recently, you resigned from one of the committees in Himachal Pradesh. Do you think one who talk about internal reforms in the party, they are not heard in the party now?
I won't say that. We've taken up issues and those issues have been discussed in detail. Not in one meeting, but over many meetings. So that remains. Many issues get addressed. Many issues have not been addressed. So hopefully, it's a sincere feeling that if we bring about certain internal changes, renewal and revival of the Congress will be assured. It is as congressmen we make some suggestions, as you make some suggestions or proposals in any institution, in any organization or within a family. So it's the Congress family. So
you started raising these issues almost 2 years ago, in August 2020, I believe. There was a group which was later named as G23.
So the media named it. We didn't form a formal group. This is number of signatories.
Are you looking forward for the revival of Congress?
We are committed.
And
no, it's not. Congress cannot revive. Congress cannot revive by having A group or B group. Congress collectively has to revive. All of us belong to the Congress first.
Do you think this G20 is going to be in 2024 G323?
I am not getting into numbers are immaterial. What is important is that the Congress party remains strong, its ideology, its philosophy. And as we are concerned, that we have literally vacated large political space, important states, or we have been, say, overwhelmed by our political opponents. We need to collectively work for revival and retrieval in those regions.
Those who are talking about reforms, they are not being heard, do you feel so? And then what needs to be done?
I don't think that when you are asking me this question, this means that we are being heard very loudly everywhere. We are being heard.
When we talk about...
This, as I say, when we give certain proposals, some suggestions, it's but natural that there would be another viewpoint too. So some of what we are saying will have greater acceptance, and some of that may not be, and we'll continue to endeavor that which are, in our view, important steps should always be considered. That's all.
Well, what were the immediate reasons to resign from the...
No, that is between me and the Congress President in my letter to her.
Indeed.
Not resigning from the state or from the Congress. I have said in my letter, I'll campaign for the Congress. I'm a congressman.
Are you hopeful from your voice will be heard later?
I'm sure the Congress President, it has registered with her. This is my feeling.
When we talk about Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, senior leaders like you, as we were discussing, who has given over 5 decades to the party, do leaders like you and others want to see them as Congress chief, or you don't?
Rahul Gandhi, we elected him as Congress President.
In days to come, I'm talking.
In 2018, we elected him. And it was he who resigned. Nobody asked him to resign. So they are also, Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi are working for the party. They also remain integral to the leadership of the party. What I say, that the Nehru Gandhi family is important, remains integral and shall always be. What we have said, people like me and Ghulam Nabi and others, to the collective leadership of the Congress. But Congress does require inclusive and collective thinking and approach.
Will be a non-Gandhi face of opposition in 2020?
I am not in a position. Let's see. No, I can't say it because actually this astrology is not my profession. Let's see what happens. Democratic politics is always fast moving, it's always fluid. What will be the combinations and permutations? What the Congress and the other parties collectively decide, that will be known in due course of time.
Coming to Himachal Pradesh, क्या आप हिमाचल में चाहते हैं कि जो मुख्यमंत्री का एक चेहरा हो, उस चेहरे के साथ चुनाव में जाया जाए? And will you be campaigning for the party and what is going to be your role? Because
I will campaign wherever I am required, conveying the message of the Congress party, our priorities, and our approach to address some of the burning issues which concern the people, whether it's the weaker sections, the youth or the women.
मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा क्या फेस के साथ?
पहले पार्टी को जीतना चाहिए, सबको मिलके लड़ना चाहिए, ये मेरा संदेश सबके लिए है। ये जो कोई भी गुटबंदी है उससे ऊपर उठ के कांग्रेस एकजुट हो जाए तो कांग्रेस विजय की ओर जा सकती है।
क्या हम मिस्टर आनंद शर्मा को हिमाचल प्रदेश की पॉलिटिक्स में एक्टिव रोल में देख सकते हैं?
मैं हमेशा एक्टिव रहा हूँ, जो जिम्मेवारियां दी जाती है वहाँ पे, पर मैंने कभी किसी पद की दावेदारी नहीं की है।
Apart from this, as we know, Mr. Anand Sharma does not do anybody's statement. लेकिन recently जो मनीष सिसोदिया के बयान के बाद आया है कि 2024 जो होगा, it would be नरेंद्र मोदी versus अरविंद केजरीवाल. How do you see this narrative in days to come?
ये उनकी सोच है, उनको खुश रहना चाहिए उसमें, हर कोई को अधिकार है सपने देखने का, पर जमीनी हकीकत क्या है वो शायद इसके से सहमति नहीं रखती।
मुद्दे क्या रहने वाले हैं अगर हम गुजरात और हिमाचल प्रदेश के चुनाव की बात करें?
देखिए, कुछ मुद्दे तो पूरे देश के लिए समान है, कॉमन है। महंगाई का मुद्दा है, बेरोजगारी का मुद्दा है, एक चरमराती अर्थव्यवस्था का मुद्दा है, ये चुनौतियां हैं, और देश की सुरक्षा के सामने भी जो संकट में स्थिति है वो भी एक विषय है।
आखिर में अगर हिमाचल में जो इन फाइटिंग की हम बात कर रहे हैं, इसको
देखिए सिर्फ कांग्रेस में नहीं है, कांग्रेस में ही नहीं है, बीजेपी में भी है, गुटबंदी उनमें भी है। उनके यहाँ भी अगर आप मालूमात करिए, कई खेमे में बटे हुए हैं, उनके यहाँ भी बहुत बागी तैयारी में है, ऐसे बिल्कुल पता लगा।
एक सवाल आता है सर, जब G23 की बात करते हैं, चाहे वो कपिल सिब्बल जी हो, चाहे वो शास्त्री जी हो, जो पार्टी से बाहर गए दिल्ली से बिकॉज दे रिजाइन, इसी नैरेटिव में आनंद शर्मा को भी वो ले रहे हैं, बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलरेडी मेड इट क्लियर यू आर कांग्रेसमैन फ्रॉम ब्लड, लेकिन फिर भी इसमें क्लियरिटी चाहेंगे, चाहे वो आनंद नड्डा जी से आपकी मुलाकात हुई हो, तो एक मैसेज आ रहा है यू विल बी लीविंग पार्टी एंड हाउ? मुलाकात
किसी से हो जाए तो उसके गलत मतलब हो, एक पारिवारिक और सामाजिक संबंध भी होते हैं। मैं दूसरी राजनीतिक सोच का व्यक्ति हूँ, मैंने वो समय देखा है जब इंदिरा जी प्रधानमंत्री थी, बाद में राजीव जी प्रधानमंत्री बने, जो रिश्ते उनके चंद्रशेखर जी से, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी से, दूसरे विपक्ष के नेताओं से रहे। प्रजातंत्र है, उसमें जाहिर है अलग अलग राजनीतिक दल होंगे, अलग अलग विचारधाराएं होंगी, तो आप एक दूसरे का सामाजिक बहिष्कार करेंगे। निजी कटुता तो नहीं होनी चाहिए रिश्तों में, मैं उसको नकारता हूं बिल्कुल और कभी स्वीकार नहीं करूंगा। जहां मेरे बहुत अच्छे संबंध रहे संसद में, हालांकि तीखी बहस भी होती थी सुषमा स्वराज जी से, अरुण जेटली जी से, पर हमारे पारिवारिक संबंध थे, सामाजिक संबंध थे, एक दूसरे का हम सम्मान करते थे। तो इसमें मिलना अलग बात है और आपकी विचारधारा और सोच अलग होना वो अपनी जगह है।
You mean to say you'll remain a congressman?
I don't need to say it repeatedly. Once, when I have said it once, nobody should have any doubt.
Finally, what are your hopes for the Congress party, as you have been talking about the collective reforms, internal reforms of the party.
This takes
almost 2
time.
years now.
Corrosion has taken place over many years. It will take time to turn the things around. Whether nationally or in the state, we have to look at the organization and rebuild the organization at various levels. I feel so, from primary units to block to the districts. We have to rebuild.